Are you facing high CPU usage, FPS drops, and stuttering while gaming? In this video, I'll show you how to disable unnecessary Windows services and features to reduce CPU load, boost FPS, and make your games run much smoother. First, let's disable unnecessary third-party services. Many applications install background services that automatically start with Windows and continue running even when you aren't using those programs. These services can consume CPU resources, increase memory usage, and impact gaming performance. Open the Windows search bar, type System Configuration, and open the System Configuration utility. Navigate to the Services tab and check the option labeled Hide All Microsoft Services. This is an important step because it prevents you from disabling essential Windows services. After hiding Microsoft services, you'll see only third-party services installed by various applications on your PC. These may include cloud synchronization tools, software updaters, printer utilities, media servers, and other background services that are not required while gaming. Carefully review the list and disable any services that you don't need running in the background. Once you've selected the services to disable, click Apply and then OK. Restart your computer to complete the changes. After the restart, your system will have fewer background processes consuming resources, which can help lower CPU usage and improve overall gaming performance. Next, we'll disable a few Windows services that often run in the background and consume resources without providing any gaming benefits. Open the Windows search bar, type Services, and launch the Services application. This window contains all Windows background services. Start by locating Connected User Experiences and Telemetry. This service collects diagnostic information and usage data from Microsoft. While it serves a purpose for Windows feedback, it provides no advantage for gaming. Open its properties, set startup type to disabled, stop the service if it's running, then apply the changes. If you don't use a printer, you can also disable the Print Spooler service. This service manages printing tasks and remains active even when no printer is connected. Disabling it can free up a small amount of system resources. Another service worth disabling is Windows Error Reporting Service. This feature gathers crash reports and diagnostic information whenever applications encounter issues. Turning it off can help reduce unnecessary background activity. Users who never utilize Remote Desktop can disable services such as Remote Desktop Services, Remote Desktop Configuration, and Remote Registry. These services are unnecessary for most gaming systems and can be safely disabled if you don't use remote access features. If your PC doesn't use any Bluetooth devices such as wireless headphones, controllers, or speakers, you may also disable the Bluetooth support service. This prevents Windows from continuously managing Bluetooth functionality in the background. You can also disable Program Compatibility Assistant Service. This service is designed to help older applications run correctly on newer versions of Windows. Most modern games don't require it, making it unnecessary for many users. One of the most resource-intensive background services on some systems is Windows Search. This service continuously indexes files to make searches faster. While convenient, it can consume CPU and disk resources, especially on systems using traditional hard drives. Disabling it can improve responsiveness and reduce background activity. Keep in mind that Windows searches may become slightly slower afterward. Now let's move on to disabling unnecessary Windows features. Open the Windows search bar and type Turn Windows features on or off. Open the result and wait for the feature list to load. Many optional Windows components are enabled by default even though the average gamer never uses them. Disabling these features can reduce background overhead and improve overall efficiency. If you don't use virtualization software, disable Hyper-V, Virtual Machine Platform, and Windows Hypervisor Platform. You can also disable Internet Information Services and IIS Hostable Web Core, which are web hosting components not needed for gaming. Microsoft XPS Document Writer can be disabled since it's an outdated document printing feature that most users never use. If you don't use a printer, disable print and document services as well. Simple TCP/IP services, Telnet client and TFTP client are legacy networking tools that are unnecessary for most home users and gamers. SMB 1.0/CIFS file sharing support is an outdated file sharing protocol and should generally remain disabled unless you specifically require compatibility with older devices. Windows PowerShell 2.0 is an obsolete version of PowerShell and can be safely turned off because modern Windows versions already include newer releases. Windows Sandbox creates a temporary isolated environment for testing applications. If you never use it, disable it to save resources. Windows Subsystem for Linux is useful for developers, but unnecessary for gaming-focused systems. If you don't use Linux tools, disable it. Work Folders Client is primarily intended for business environments and corporate file synchronization. Home users and gamers can safely turn it off. After disabling the features you don't need, click OK and allow Windows to apply the changes. Restart your PC when prompted. Once your system boots back up, Windows will be running fewer background services and optional features, helping reduce CPU usage and allowing more resources to be focused on gaming. This can lead to smoother gameplay, reduced stuttering, lower input delay, and improved FPS. That's all for this guide. If these optimizations helped improve your gaming performance, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more FPS boost, optimization, and PC performance tutorials.